Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations, and this is a mess, as you can see. And I'm hoping to take this mess and turn it into something beautiful. We have a woman in one of our groups, Kelly, who is fighting ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. And her friend Kate has asked people in our group to create a page to send to her, to send to Kate, so that Kelly can create a journal and auction it off to raise money for ALS. So I thought, well, I haven't done a video in a while. I'm a school teacher, so just finished. Today was our last day of school. I closed everything out. I walked away. I'll probably go back later this week and do a few more things. And then I also work at a Boy Scout summer camp, so I have like 5 days before I have to start summer camp duties. So I wanted to do this kind of as a real quick break before I get back to making some journals that I was making, and I thought, well, let's record the process. This is something that I decided to just challenge myself to do and record. So one of the things I decided to do is I've recently bought a ton of Tim Holtz stuff, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just use it up. So I have all kinds of Tim Holtz stuff out here. I have distress inks. That's not Tim Holtz, but I may use that. I recently got this gorgeous ephemera stuff, and it's like butterflies, and look at all these flowers. So I would love to use that in something. I picked up a black and white Tim Holtz. This is like tissue paper, but I have this one, which is one of my favorite standbys. I have tons of Tim Holtz washi tape. I got out a couple of Tim Holtz Sizzix pieces here. I may use that. I may make a tag using up leftover. I've got tons of scraps of Tim Holtz pieces. I recently made some Tim Holtz tickets. I also, this was using his wallpapers packs. I cut out little mini tags. And I think I have one more thing over here. Oh, yes. And I also have hearts. Tim Holtz hearts. Then, just to keep things interesting, I also have, this is vellum. So this is the wallflower vellum. So honestly, I just grabbed a ton of stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to do with all of this. And then a couple of other things that I may use. I grabbed a coffee dyed guest check, a coffee dyed extra large index card, and then this is a small blank on both sides index card. I figured I might be able to use some of those. So the first thing I want to do is, I'm starting with, this is acid neutral coffee dyed, just regular copy paper. I'm going to fold it in half. I love how this turned out. The way I coffee dye paper is I dip it in the coffee after I have mixed my concoction of baking soda and coffee. And then I just lay it on a table to dry, and it comes out beautifully flat. I don't need to iron it at all, and it is, in my opinion, gorgeous. So we're going to start with that, and I'm going to kind of just, I think, lay some things out. I'm realizing I didn't grab any glue before I started, so I'm going to grab some glue and a glue stick. Get those real quick. Let's see. Oh, you know what else I think I'm going to grab? I've got some quotes. I forgot. These are both Tim Holtz too. So maybe we'll throw some words on there. And let me grab some scissors. Maybe a couple of punches. This is the problem with not getting myself together before I start my video. But we're going to make this work. All right, so I'm back. Hi, did you miss me? Let's just start figuring out what we're going to do. So one of the things I recently saw someone do, and I thought it looked way cool, was they actually ran a pocket partway across but not all the way, so that there was a small pocket like here, and then the rest was left open. I think I love that idea, but let's see what we've got here. I've got tons of this. I love, 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 love this. So maybe we will use this, but let's take that about, well, let's just cut it off right there. I think that's a really pretty piece. By the way, these are Tim Holtz scissors too. I know, I'm just on this Tim Holtz thing today and thought I would just do that. Now, another super cool thing that I have seen done is where somebody takes their Sizzix and using, let's see, maybe we'll use something like that, although that's going to cut an awful lot out of this. I think I have one more. Hang on. Digging through a few things here. Oh, I do. I have these. Let's try one of these, because these leave a little bit more, I think, flour or whatever. So these are great. And what they do is they just punch out a few, like, parts of it without cutting the whole thing out. And I think maybe we'll just do like that. Okay, so let me show you how this works. I'm gonna grab my Sizzix, and yes, I know that a Cricut could cut this out in a heartbeat. However, I have decided on a Sizzix instead. Someday I may get a Cricut, but for right now, this is what I'm going to use. These are Thinlits, aren't they? Yep. So Thinlits actually go, so it talks about framelits, triplets. Thinlits can go on top, but I think Thinlits also can go one down, since I'm using, I'm using cardstock, but I'm not using the silicone rubber. So we want to use this closed. So we want to use the top. All right. So I'm going to put that down. I've got my pads, and I'm just going to throw this in here. That way I can kind of see where it goes. One of the things I think I would love to get is there's apparently a metal, like a magnetic. If you have one of those magnetic ones, tell me about it, because I'm dying to know. And then this, you just roll it right through, and it just comes right through. Now, I live in an area, I live way out in the country. We frequently lose our power. So when I have no power, if it's during the day, I at least can still craft. And that's definitely one of the advantages I see to having something like this. So I'm gonna move that aside for right now. I have one of those wonderful rolling carts that just rolls everywhere. Now let's see if I can get a lot of this to come out with, yay, it's sticking, which is really awesome. So I will clean this out later as long as most of this sticks. And I can do this without ripping everything. Oh, it did. So see how it all stuck in there? That'll all come right out later on. But what this then does is leave a cool kind of, let's go this way. Leaves a cool window so you can see what's behind it. Now, one of the things that concerns me is this little piece right here. This looks very fragile. So I think let's put something else behind it that might actually help things stand out a little bit. Maybe we just put a little piece like this behind it. That's not big enough, actually. What we want is some color, and I don't have a lot with color. Wait. I think I may have something. What does this look like behind it? Oh, and it's the same size, so that is perfect. So what maybe we'll do is we'll cut this off and glue it down. You can see I don't measure anything exactly. What's on the back side? Ooh, nope, we're gonna let the blue shine through. And we're gonna glue this down as part of all of this. And I think what I'm gonna simply do is use this glue stick, because once it dries, it's not sticky anymore. And I love glue sticks for a lot of stuff like this. It just makes life so much easier to just glue things down. And this is the Scotch Create glue stick. I just like it because I think it's it comes out as a good price, and it's a good price point. So for me, that is what works. Other people use other glue sticks. But this is what works for me. There. So now we have this blue peeking through. And like I said, once this dries, this should not be sticky anymore. So we're going to let that dry for right now. And I think we're going to definitely, we'll use this right in here. Now, my next great debate is, do I sew this on? And I think I'm not going to, but I think if we flip this over, I would like to do another pocket maybe right here. Let's take some of this, and if we put it here and cut it off and put a hole, this becomes a great tuck spot also. And I don't want to do a million tuck spots, so like I said, I may not use some of the other Sizzix things that I brought out, but we'll see. We'll see. All bets are off at this point. I like that blue again. So let me, where's my, oh, there it is. I have a 1.5 inch hole punch. So I'll use that, and we're going to cut a thumb hole. And I flip it over because that's the only way I can really see what I'm doing. And ooh, that looks about the middle. So one of the things that I can do if I don't really want to actually sew this to the page is I can sew right around this, and it will look sewn without being sewn on the page. So I'm going to grab my sewing machine real quick here. Let's move that over. Turn it on. Turning it on is a good thing. And I'm going to move a couple of things real quick. And we're going to just zip around this real quickly. This is just a regular Brothers sewing machine. Not real expensive. I think I picked it up at Walmart. Let's see. We're going to zigzag this because I like the zigzags. So bear with me while I sew around this. I probably won't talk a whole lot. You know, it's that whole chew gum and walk at the same time thing. I'm not sure I can do both. Although, I started sewing when I was 6, so I started in 4-H, and I've been doing it for a really, really, really long time. I know, you're never supposed to back a sewing machine. I do it from time to time. Oh well. And then I always backstitch so I can leave my threads long. Let's do this. Pull it out. And so I'm leaving my threads, whoever, you know, some people don't like threads, but I figure if I leave them, someone can cut them off later. And then it's no big deal. I'm trying to find the off switch. So for this, I'm going to glue this on this side, and I'm just going to run a bead of glue around it. And yep, this is good old Hobby Lobby Fabrifix. And we're going to get that little, get the threads out of the way. We'll just glue this right down, and then it becomes a tuck spot. All right, threads. Threads need to get out of the way. There we go. All All right. And there we go. Now, there is that tuck spot, but we need something that can tuck inside of it. Let me see if I left enough space for this. No, I don't think I did. Oops. Maybe we'll make a tag or something that can go in there that will fit. Let's flip back over to this side for now. And we're going to finish this. And you can see now this is dry. It's a little bit shiny underneath, but you can see that that's dry. So I think we're going to glue this on next. But we want it to be a pocket. So we're going to glue around the edges and just along the bottom. And that other piece of cardstock. And we're going to glue that piece right here. And then there's going to be a little pocket on this side and a bigger pocket here. Now the reason I didn't glue here was so that this page will fold up nicely. And it'll be easier to sew into a signature. And I think I'm going to trim that off the back a little bit so it's not hanging off. We don't want anything hanging off like that. Now, as I was talking, I had an inspiration. I love these flowers, so I think we need to throw a flower or a butterfly or a flower and a butterfly on here. Now I'm kind of going with some blue stuff. So there's blue there, there is blue there. Let's see if we want to stay more in those blue families. There's that, there's that, there's that. Ooh, that's a nice big piece. Okay, let's go with that piece. We're going to glue that down. And we're going to glue that onto right here. So if you can see, there's kind of some stems here at the bottom. So I think we're going to go with it this way. And so I'm going to just glue that on. You know, I think one of the advantages to doing this on camera is I don't spend a lot of time thinking about things. If I was doing this off camera, I would probably spend hours agonizing over this and am I making the right choice? Does that look like a good, got a little piece of paper stuck in there. There we go. You know, will this look good? Will this look good? I will spend hours. And if I don't have hours and hours and I'm just trying to do something really quick, then I will go much faster. Now on this side, I have it kind of blank. So remember, in a book, they're only going to see this page. And I've kind of got this lighter strip here. I am thinking let's throw some washi tape down on that. And honestly, this is my favorite washi tape. So, and I just love you can tell, I use it a lot. And I want to bring a little bit of color in here. So I think let's just throw a strip of washi tape down. And we're going to put that over here. Let's see if I can line this up pretty well. It's probably not my strength of lining up washi tape. And what I've found is washi tape sticks kind of on the first try if you do it on coffee dyed paper. So you want to try to get it exactly where you want it. And if you don't, it's kind of, you're out of luck. It's tough to go back and do anything about it. So there we go. There's some washi tape there. And we have this page here. This page will take this size card. So we'll be able to fit that down in there. Let's see. These pages look good. This page looks good. I still have a blank page over here. Ooh, I think maybe let's try some vellum. And we'll do some vellum on this side. Oh, I'm realizing I have not inked up any of my edges. Whoops. Maybe we'll get around to that. I should have done that for several things already. this vellum is really cool, and what I'm thinking is we'll cut a piece of this vellum out and then make a place where it flips up, and we can, let's see, well, I've gone with a lot of blue. Let's see if we can find anything that's blue in here. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm thinking let's cut these butterflies out. So this will just be a vellum page where we cut out these butterflies. Oh, but wait, there may be more. Hold on. These are smaller ones, but these are still 6 by 6, and that's going to be too wide. Nope, I think I want to go with this. So I'm making this a little bit more narrow than it needs to be. And I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of blue hanging off the side here. So let's see if I did that right. Oh, perfect. I didn't even try. And that turned out beautifully. So what I've seen a lot of people do is you simply take your piece like this, and it makes a really pretty page, and then you take some washi tape across the top, and I don't want to use this again because I've already used that once. Oh, that's pretty, but it needs to be kind of thick. Oh, I like the script. Let's do this script. So what we want to do is cut a piece of washi tape, or just tear a piece of washi tape, either way works well. And we're going to just put that across the top, make it a little bit wider than it is. And we'll take care of it being wider than what we need by putting a piece of washi tape on the other side as well. So that is there. We'll trim this little bit off. There we go. Now, what happens, this can flip up, and you want it to be able to flip up, but you want to put a piece of washi tape on the back side so you don't have the sticky washi here. So where is that? I'm going to use the same washi tape, and I am going to just start sticking it down right over where we had the other piece of washi tape there. Except on the back side, I'm just realizing we can't have it go beyond the edge of the item that we are taping down. Whoops, I totally made that a mistake. But we're going to do this. I'm going to trim it back if I can get it to unstick without making too much of a mess. Oh, I think I just made a mess because I folded that back. Let's see if we can do this. We're going to trim this way so it's hinged, and then we're going to cut it this way, and then we're going to cut this little piece off. See, where there's a will, there's a way. We'll just come up with something different. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I think we've got this pretty well done. Now, one of the things I've learned is nothing is ever done to the place where you can't go back and fix something. And what I want to do is go back, this is gathered twigs, I love this. I'm going to go back and do a little bit of distressing on some of these pieces that I forgot to distress, because I love the look of being distressed, and I just totally spaced it. So what I tend to do is I will just go along the edges like this, and you can see I'm pulling this up so that it isn't getting all over the paper. And that's kind of the trick to going back and distressing. Of course, it's way easier if we distress all this before we put anything down, but no, I totally spaced doing that. So we're going to go around and distress all of this. And so I'm going back. I love the gathered twigs. It's my newest thing. And what I like about it is it's not as yellow as vintage photo. Vintage photo tends to be very yellow. I think we're not going to distress ink that, but let's put some distress ink. Let's even just kind of go around the edge of this so it's not quite so white. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to catch the edges and just kind of go around this very carefully. Yes, I've done this multiple times, and yes, this is what I do. I go back and I fix it. So for now, we're going to go ahead and distress. Well, this actually has some distressing around it, which is kind of nice. The Tim Holtz stuff comes pre-distressed, if you will. Nobody wants to be distressed, but we'll be distressed. Let me get this all distressed. So now I'm just distressing this. And at this point, I want to stop what I'm doing. So I don't like hugely long videos, and I'm coming up on 30 minutes. So I think what I'm going to do, we're going to stop now. And then maybe tomorrow I will record another video on the stuff we'll put with all of this. So for now we have this page that has a flip. When you open it up, we'll have this page with a pocket. We have this page with a pocket and some washi tape. And we have this page with another tuck spot. So tomorrow I will be decorating some tags and some journaling cards and things like that that will get tucked into some of these spaces. So you will have to check back for my next video. I may not put these up back to back, but this will get a video up this week, and I will get the rest of this filled. So once you've watched this video, look for the next video, and you'll see what I do to send this all off to Kelly for Kelly's ALS page. So thanks for watching, and I hope I've encouraged you to be creative today.